The danger is great, but our message today is not one of hopelessness. While there is still time to act and real steps that can be taken, they will have to come soon, very soon, in order to avert catastrophe. Based on their observations, the members of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists Science and Security Board find conditions in the world to be so threatening that they are moving the hands of the doomsday clock 2 minutes closer to midnight. It is now 3 minutes to midnight. The other test of leadership that we're failing is the effort to reduce world nuclear arsenals. The arms reduction process has ground to a halt, with the United States and Russia embarking on massive programs to modernize their nuclear forces, thereby undermining existing nuclear weapons treaties. At the same time, other nuclear weapons states are joining this expensive and extremely dangerous modernization craze.
Breaking tonight, 3 big stories raising new questions about American security. First, chaos reigns in one of the worst terror hotspots in the world after radical forces take control of Yemen. Second, one of our best allies in the Middle East, Saudi King Abdullah, just died, creating what sources tell Fox News is a worst-case scenario for America, his death plus Yemen. And third, Israeli media is just out with satellite images of what it calls, quote, new Iranian intercontinental ballistic missiles. Bigger, stronger, and capable of flying farther than before as talks drag on with Tehran about playing nice. All this after President Obama seemed to suggest on Tuesday night that things are getting better in the Middle East, suggesting we have turned the page on terror. And that's where we begin. A busy night on the Kelly File. Welcome, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. All of this is far away, but all of it could directly affect your safety. First, Yemen, where the U.S. allied government has fallen after rebels literally advanced to the gates of the presidential palace. Now we're told there's anarchy in the place that is home to the worst and most lethal branch of al-Qaeda. Then, in just the last couple of hours, we learned that Saudi King Abdullah has died at age 90. His successor is pro-Western, but sources tell us his death, coupled with that mess in Yemen, creates a big headache, which we'll get to in a moment. But check this out first. Fox News just got this video from Channel 2 in Israel. It shows what we are told is a brand new intercontinental ballistic missile just outside of Tehran, potentially capable of reaching far beyond the Middle East, something the Pentagon warned could be in development 2 years ago. As Ed mentioned, we have reached out to the State Department and the Pentagon about these satellite pictures that reportedly show Iranian missiles at what the Israelis say are brand new missile sites just outside of the Iranian capital of Tehran. Israeli media reports say these images indicate that Iran's ballistic missile program, which is an integral part of its nuclear weapons program, is moving forward at full throttle. The Israeli Prime Minister shared a warning about this during an interview with Charlie Rose a little more than a year ago.
By the way, Iran, Charlie, would not be interested in having 1 bomb or 2 bombs. They're gearing up with their infrastructure for 200 bombs. And they're not developing those ICBMs for us. They can reach us with what they have. It's for you. It's for you.
The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet against Elam in the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah king of Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will break the bow of Elam, the chief of their might. And upon Elam will I bring the 4 winds from the 4 quarters of heaven, and will scatter them toward all those winds. And there shall be no nation whither the outcasts of Elam shall not come. For I will cause Elam to be dismayed before their enemies, and before them that seek their life. And I will bring evil upon them, even my fierce anger, saith the Lord. And I will send the sword after them, till I have consumed them. And I will set my throne in Elam, and will destroy from thence the king and the princes, saith the Lord. But it shall come to pass in the latter days, that I will bring again the captivity of Elam, saith the Lord.
Joining me now, Ambassador John Bolton, former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations and a Fox News contributor. And so Catherine Herridge, citing a former U.S. diplomat close to the Saudi royal family, is saying the death of King Abdullah, coupled with the collapse of the government in Yemen, is a, quote, worst-case scenario for the United States. Because why? Current events are allowing Iran to extend its reach and its influence in a very dangerous region.
Right. What we're seeing across the Middle East is a descent into chaos. Crisis in country after country is now spreading across the entire region. And these 2 developments, what was left of the government of Yemen collapsing, allowing a pro-Iranian Shia sect to gain control of the government, coupled with al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula in the territory of the former state of Yemen, mean that we are at risk of the Saudis in a state of some confusion. They have a crown prince, but it's far from a constitutionally stable government. All of those oil-producing monarchies now squeezed on two sides from Iran, and with the threat of terrorism, if not from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, from ISIS. So the risk here is very high, no doubt about it. When you add Iranian ballistic missiles, potentially capable of delivering nuclear weapons on us, as Prime Minister Netanyahu said, it's very dangerous.
But we're shaking hands with Iran, and the president is assuring us we shouldn't pass sanctions.
This is an absolute disaster. It's a policy of appeasement that President Obama has pursued vis-a-vis the Iranians and their nuclear weapons program, and you will see the fruit of appeasement in short order if we sign this deal.
There is Elam, and all her multitude round about her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, which are gone down uncircumcised into the nether parts of the earth, which caused their terror in the land of the living. Yet have they borne their shame with them that go down to the pit. They have set her a bed in the midst of the slain with all her multitude. Her graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword. Though their terror was caused in the land of the living, yet have they borne their shame with them that go down to the pit. He is put in the midst of them that be slain. There is Meshech, Tubal, and all her multitude. Her graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised and slain by the sword, though they caused their terror in the land of the living. They shall not lie with the mighty that are fallen of the uncircumcised, which are gone down to hell with their weapons of war. And they have laid their swords under their heads, but their iniquities shall be upon their bones, though they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. Yea, thou shalt be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and shalt lie with them that are slain with the sword. There is Edom, her kings and all her princes, which with their might are laid by them that were slain by the sword. They shall lie with the uncircumcised, and with them that go down to the pit. There be the princes of the north, all of them, and all the Zidonians which are gone down with the slain. With their terror they are ashamed of their might, and they lie uncircumcised with them that be slain by the sword, and bear their shame with them that go down to the pit.